Hello and welcome to the class experiment. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. Share this video, comment. I love the comments. Even the ones where people say stupid stuff. Because at least I know you're out there. Never trust a leader who does not have children. That's been an issue that we've had quite a bit these last couple of years. A lot of European leaders, some of our own. Kamala Harris didn't have any of her own kids. She had a stepdaughter. That doesn't count. Nope. Sorry. I highly doubt that she has that girl's best interest at heart. Especially considering it sounds like her and what's his name? The woman beater are probably getting divorced. But no, Kamala Harris, no kids. I think Trudeau might actually have some kids. Macron, I think Macron doesn't have any. Angela Merkel, she didn't have any kids. All these people, if they're not looking at the next generation, who the hell are they planning for? It's a very serious question. Because at that point, the span of their vision as to what they're plotting, what they are planning for the future as a national leader, an international leader, only goes the span of their lifetime. How am I going to be remembered? It's not what legacy am I leaving my kids, my grandkids? Am I leaving the world a better place for them as opposed to how it was before I got here? No. A lot of these people, and you can see this from when they get into office and what their net worth is, when they get out of office and what their net worth is, a lot of it is just, how can I enrich myself during this time period that I have? This is why I don't trust anybody who doesn't have kids. Who's in a position of leadership. Because at some point, they're just not going to understand, right? I've seen this a lot with bosses who play the same team, if you know what I mean. I've had a few of those back in the day. Corporations and places love to hire them as managers because they don't call in for little Billy being sick, right? There is no little Billy because they don't make any little people. So when it comes to hiring management, and you have this person with a college education or years of experience, and they apply to become a manager somewhere, and they get hired, it's, well, aside from vacation days and the possibility of them getting sick, we know they're going to be there the majority of the time. So it's a safe bet for them. However, the employees under them, the ones who have kids, they don't tend to give a shit about them. Well, that's not my problem. I didn't have any kids. Because there's no such thing as a butt baby. Right? I mean, even lesbians find a way of having kids. But no, when it's dudes who are into dudes, they don't understand the whole concept of, like, having kids. What it means to have kids. Which is funny, because all of these people are created by straight people. How do they not fathom the idea of like, oh yeah, that's how I came into being. Then there's the people who, getting off the whole like not having kids topic, don't really understand what the fuck marriage is. Like, it's two people working together who have kids, usually, unless it's one of those weird, like, oh, what do they call that? They have a special name for it. It's like dual income, no kids, some shit like that. Basically a married couple that's just, yeah, we're just not gonna have any kids. Why the are you married then? Just say you're a swinger couple. Just do that. Just admit it. Because that's what that is. No, we're faithful to each other. Why? Oh, we got married. I used to think when I was younger that marriage didn't have to particularly mean that you were going to have kids. It could just mean that you found the one that you love, and sometimes shit happens to where you can't have kids, right? But those couples, just the option to adopt, right? If you can afford it. Why they make that so expensive? I don't understand it. I really don't. They say, oh, we have tens of thousands of kids that need to be adopted and have a loving home. And why does it cost $60,000? Then you can go to some third world country and for like a quarter of the cost, pick up some kid out of a rice hut and bring it back home. They make that affordable. But no, like some actual kid from the United States, oh no. You got all these lawyers. And then you get the crackhead that gets off the crack and she's like, I want to be a mom now. And it's like, bitch, you ain't even got any teeth. I changed. I can be a mother. Okay. Do you even know who the dad is? It's not important. No, there's this weird thing about people in leadership positions who don't have kids. It's very short-sighted. They tend to have their own agenda about themselves. They don't look ahead worth a shit. Their main priority is, how can I solve this problem in the quickest way possible so I can just move on with the rest of my day? That's what a lot of that is. I had this one boss in particular where he was making these sudden changes to my schedule. And at the time, it was like, you know, we've got to work with the daycare and we've got to do all this other stuff because, like, if I was scheduled off this day, then they're not scheduled to be at the daycare and who knows if they'll have enough people. It ends up becoming a whole thing. So he comes to me one day and he's like, hey, I might actually have to have you work. I believe it was like the next day, right? And I said, well, I'm going to have to talk to my wife about that. And he gives me this look like, why the would you have to do that? I'm like, wow. Okay, Mr. I'm an alcoholic and leave here as soon as possible to go off to the next VFW to get shit-faced because I was in the National Guard during the Cold War. Never understood that one. He's divorced now. Yeah, I think somebody might have given him the memo as to, like, you can't just do stuff on your own and maybe you should be talking to somebody else about certain decisions. So Yeah, these world leaders, the ones where they don't have any kids, they don't look any further than Agenda 2030. And it's like, who are you planning for? Like, what is your agenda? Because it's not the next generation. I mean, we look at like what we've been doing the last couple decades and how we've been setting things up for the generations that are coming ahead. Did we have any job growth for all these college graduates? Nope. Was there anything to reduce the cost of college tuition? Nope. Did we bother fixing anything from 2008 and the Wall Street bullshit that happened? No, nope. Housing market, nope. Didn't solve any of that shit either. Okay, good times. I'm just so glad that everybody was able to profit in the meanwhile and stuff that money into their pockets and just say screw it to everybody else afterwards. Good times. Keep on typing.